Hello everyone. Now India has given emergency nod to 3 vaccines for use in the pediatric age group COVID vaccine. So I will be talking about these, and with the summer vacations going on starting soon, most of the parents want to be done with these vaccines now so that the kids are ready for schools and colleges when they reopen. So first I'll talk about Corbevax, which has now received approval from age group of 5 to 12 years, and it has already been used in the age group of 12 to 15 years for last 1 month plus. It is biological E subunit protein vaccine given as 2 doses as injection intramuscularly 28 days apart. In the study trials, the effectiveness is anywhere between 80 to 90% with very few minor side effects for 2 to 3 days. No major side effects were reported. The side effects being fever, pain, swelling at the vaccine site, some generalized body pains, nausea, vomiting, headaches. Nothing major so far. Only thing is this vaccine is not being used in any other country, and the trial numbers are not very big to say confidently that this vaccine is very safe. But yes, so far the results are good and it seems like a promising vaccine. The second vaccine is now just gained approval yesterday, is Serum Institute of India's Covovax, which is actually be the same thing as Novavax in US. This is a Johnson & Johnson based produced vaccine. So this vaccine has been approved for 12 to 17 years. This vaccine has approval in around 51 countries for the age group of 18 plus years. But in the age group of 12 to 17, I think India is the first country to give it approval. But it has good number of trial participants, almost 30,000 plus in US and Mexico. A study was done in 18 plus age group, and there have been studies being done in adolescent age groups as well, with effectiveness of 80 to 90%. Side effects as reported in Corbevax are minor, some pain, redness, swelling, fevers, headache, body pains, joint pains, nausea, vomiting, some itching at the vaccine site. Nothing major. Just 2 participants got some heart inflammation which was minor. One was a person above 65 and one was a younger individual, but difficult to say whether it was because of the vaccine. So Serum Institute did the trials for this vaccine in the age group of 2 to 17. They enrolled around 900 plus participants, around 450 in each group from 2 to 12 and 12 to 17, and they have found almost 89 to 90% effectiveness against COVID. So yes, this is also a very promising vaccine, and it has gained approval in a lot of countries, so definitely sounds like a safe vaccine. Lastly is our homegrown Bharat Biotech's Covaxin has got approval in 6 to 12. Already was being used in 15 plus. Now 6 plus age group it can be used. We all know a bit about it. It's an inactivated vaccine, a very safe form of vaccine which has been used in many vaccines like diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus. 2 doses apart. It has 2 doses, 28 days apart. So the trials done in India, they enrolled around 400 plus children, 2 years and plus, and the results were quite good. Why I would recommend Covaxin the most amongst the 3 is because Covaxin has been used in millions of adults in India and young adults without any major side effects, without any severe long-term or any major long-term complications being reported, and it has definitely proven to be effective, as we can see with the dwindling COVID numbers in India. So of course the trial numbers in children is not so much, but considering the technology, which is the inactivated form, it is a very sound technology. Now Corbevax is also using a subunit protein, which is also a sound technology, but inactivated vaccine are like majority of our vaccines are the inactivated types. Covovax is using nanoparticle technology, which uses the spike protein in a nanoparticle form. Again, as I said, these are good technologies, but inactivated, safety wise, I would go for the inactivated form. And as I said, Covaxin has huge numbers. We have huge numbers from adults and young adults with great results and least side effects. Now, you may have heard me earlier going for Covishield and Covaxin right in the beginning when they were introduced in India, and people were skeptical, and I was amongst the first one to take it. Now the difference you should realize between children and adults is, in adults the disease can be very severe, life-threatening. They land up in ICU, as we all know. In children, as I say time and again, COVID is essentially very mild. It resolves within 2 days to maximum 5 days. Very, very rarely children get sick, and that too they recover shortly. Nothing major really happens. What we are worried about COVID in children is the long-term complications like your MISC, which happens like almost 2 to 4 weeks after the infection. What MISC is multi-system inflammatory syndrome. That can be very severe, but that happens post-COVID. It is not not happens during COVID. Similarly, we are seeing a rise in type 1 diabetes cases in children, which is being attributed by some to COVID. But do these vaccines protect against these long-term complications? We really don't know. None of these trials are trying to see whether this vaccine is going to prevent MISC or not. Right now, the focus is on just controlling COVID and preventing the complications and severity of COVID. So the benefits of this vaccine for children are there, no doubts about it. But then definitely in children, I would like to go for a vaccine whose safety is very, very good, because the benefit is not as much as it is in adults. So I personally would recommend Covaxin definitely. And even if the effectiveness of say Corbevax and Covovax is say 5 to 10% more than Covaxin, but at least in Covaxin we have the long-term safety data of so many adults and young adults. And till we have better knowledge that if any vaccine is preventing the complications of COVID like MISC or the presumed complications like type 1 diabetes, I think right now parents should preferably go for Covaxin, but then it's your choice. You can take a call which one you want to go for. So this summer, hopefully all our children will also be vaccinated against COVID, another step in ending the pandemic.